Before I start the video, I want to say a humongous portion of you guys aren't subscribed, so if you enjoyed the content, feel free to click that subscribe button. Without further ado, here's my VOD review and full session coaching for a Platinum Genji. What does your schedule normally look like?
What do you mean?
Like when you're going to play?
Oh,
Because I know you aim train and stuff, so.
yeah. Usually I'll do my aim stuff like in the morning, kind of
Okay.
before I get into stuff.
So aim in the morning. Is that like right when you wake up or just like in the morning?
Pretty much. Like I'll eat breakfast and like watch some stuff on Twitch or YouTube, and then I'll like aim train
Okay.
a little bit, and then I have like work, or it's work from home, so that's why I can do stuff like this.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I'll do that until like mid afternoon.
So that's like 8-9 hours, right?
Yeah. Honestly, probably less because I can get away with it, but. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like theoretically,
Yeah, theoretically, and then like the rest of the night is usually for me. I'll go to the gym like 3 days a week,
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
for like 2 or 3 hours in the evenings. But otherwise I'll just play.
So everything
Overwatch.
else is free, right?
Yeah.
So first off, what I want to say is, I really like the aim training in the morning. So that's good.
I just wanted to have a habit of it, and
no,
that was like
it's actually really good. If you aim train in like the first 15 minutes to like an hour after you wake up, you actually there's like a military study where they like the most important stuff they do as they wake up and like as they go to sleep.
Interesting.
Like the people who try to learn languages,
the
military. Yeah. So that's how they
right away.
Yeah, that's how like they improve as fast as possible. So that's great.
Oh, that's
right?
cool.
So and then obviously you're aim training with the goal, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to get Jade complete right now.
Okay, so Jade complete is your goal.
Yeah.
And since you're already Jade, you've been there. You know like the process to getting to Jade complete. So
yeah, I'm kind of at like the point. It's funky that I'm at Jade, and this happened now. But I feel like my aim was like Jade coming in is opinion. Well, Diamond coming in.
Yeah.
And I just like learned the scenarios by playing them a bunch, and now I'm like hitting the point where I actually need to train.
Okay. Huh. That's interesting. So after work, do you just like play as much as you want? You mentioned that you go to the gym like 3 times a week, which is really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll usually that's usually like in the evenings too. So
Yeah.
I'll like it's kind of funky. They used to do with COVID, they used to have like sign up hours you had to go. So I would sign up for the last shift because there was nobody in there, which is 8 to 10. But that's just like ended up sticking because I like nobody's there still, and it's like easier to park.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So it's usually, and then like I'll play around that, but in both directions.
So,
too.
I
usually eat dinner when I get back from the gym, or like around that 10 p.m. time.
Okay. So dinner right after this.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not like your personal coach, so you're as long as you're getting meals in, I don't really care. But I think what's important first off is that you are getting those meals, because I've had people who are like, yeah, I eat once a day. I'm like, oh,
whoa.
Yeah, okay. So
no, I'm like almost a little too robotic about some of it, and like I'm not great about dinners, but like breakfast is like guaranteed with aim training. It's like those are the things that are happening, and like lunch is the same. It's like there's always I will always have a peanut butter and jelly ready for lunch if I at the worst case.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay. So do you structure your gameplay like for Overwatch or no? Like, do you have a warm up?
Yeah, so, it depends like what I'm trying. Like, I guess I'm gonna get into that day. Like, if I'm just trying to like play, I don't know. Like, if I go in with like the intent, like I'm gonna play Widow today, or like I'm gonna play Hitscan today, like I'll go in and I'll do like Baxter or one of those warm ups for a little bit.
And I'll like use VXE too, right?
Yeah.
Do you use any other codes or no?
Not really. Like I'll use DMGRE Like if I'm
Oh,
like thinking about
damage.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I like DMGRE. I know a lot of people like the Havana code. I
I don't know who the
not
Fauna is.
I don't know what it is, and the only
Oh, is that
Havana.
like the weird one with like the bots that are all like super strafey and Havanas are the workshop?
Yeah, and they're like
Yeah.
outside, but
Yeah. Yeah, Mike
uh,
likes that one.
yeah, I don't know how to find that in English.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's not. And I yeah.
yeah, so I don't really like that one because of that. So that's good, right? I'd
Yeah,
say
and I
like
usually like progressively kind of start like super simple with like the long wide strafes, and I'll like try to like 100% like as close to 100% headshot accuracy as I can, trying to keep good pace, and then I'll like make the
yeah.
bot strafe
So
a little
I'd
bit more
say
and more.
like warm up at least 15 minutes. It just helps like consistency, right?
Cool. Yeah.
You don't you don't have to warm up every day, but like on the days you truly want to like climb and like improve the most,
Yeah.
I'd say definitely warm up because
Cool.
that's really crucial to like keeping consistency in your gameplay. And then
Hmm.
second off, I'd say warm up with try hard FFA. I
Yeah.
don't know,
Okay.
it's not everyone's just any type of deathmatch. I don't know. So it's not everyone's like cup of tea for tryhard FFA, but
Yeah.
so what I like to do with tryhard FFA is this is where you like break habits, right? So
Oh, gotcha.
as a Genji player, I had a jump spamming habit, right? So whenever I played other characters, I just spam like spacebar, like always be jumping, you know? But
Yeah.
that's like really bad for you in Overwatch because once you hit the apex of your jump, then it's easy for
You're
you to
kind
be
of stuck.
headshot. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so like good widowmakers just always headshot you,
Uh huh.
and so yeah, that's where I use like try hard FFA to learn that, and then because there's usually like a GM player or two, which is really helpful.
Yeah.
You can learn movement. I think this is something that's also very important because
Yeah.
FFA requires more mechanics. There still is like some game sense, but it's more like just overall mechanics of movement and aim combined. So
Hmm. It's funny you mention that because Trent's like he's like a much better like FPS gamer than I am
yeah,
by a lot, and he was like just teaching me like Hanzo stuff the other day, and was like I like learned that like you shouldn't be tracking corners as much like in Overwatch. Like you can like just WASD aim to peek and like do it super fast.
yeah. No, you can aim a lot with movement in Overwatch, and that's what I do a lot. Like mirroring, anti-mirroring,
Yeah, yeah, and that's all
etc.
stuff I'm not particularly great at,
Yeah.
and at
Uh,
least doing intentionally.
yeah, but
Yeah,
I'd say
you know,
do this like 15 minutes.
cool.
Nothing too long, maybe even like 10
Yeah,
because like it just gets like tiring.
yeah, yeah. It does. I mean, like, this thing is like, wherever I'm at, like, there is always like usually a GM player or two in there, so it's like cool, like
Yeah.
four tracers running around and try hard
Yeah,
FFA.
especially the tracers, but I think it's also good to learn how people move and like their patterns. So
Yeah,
I think that's really fundamental. And obviously it gives you more time of actually like shooting and fighting.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
totally. Try to use like Widow headshot like that for like the last like little bit
yeah,
of my
Widow
Widow
headshot
days.
is good too. You can honestly swap the Widow headshot with yeah, that's why I have this as like a deathmatch category.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But okay. And then next so I'd say structure, right? Most people can only focus for like seriously focus for like 2 to 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
So like the best like schedule usually is you have like this first session, right? Which is like you try stuff out, right?
Okay.
This is usually where people like hop on their alt accounts, and then they like just try whatever out, right? So if they want to learn a new character and stuff, they do this on their alt account, and then they just like play comp. And then
Yeah.
this is usually people play for different amounts of time, but this is usually half your second session, right?
Okay.
So and then you want a break in between, right? This could probably be where you like fit in your dinner, right?
Mhm.
which is like 1 to 2 hours, nothing long, but like
Yeah,
it's just so you can mental reset and get your
get your eyes a
attention.
break.
Yeah, attention back. So, how long do you think your first session would be?
Um, I think like I have when I'm like trying to play that day, like depending on whether it's a gym day or not,
Yeah.
like 2.5 hours, maybe 2 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. So, oh, yeah. So that's a pretty long session. So this is why I wanted. So, how long would your second session be then after this quote unquote break?
Um,
Because you know what I actually do?
that would
I,
be probably about the same, maybe a little
I use my
longer.
break to work out here. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I like play games and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go work out now. So then I go work out and then second session is like my hard grinding comp.
Yeah.
And
And
then you
that's
kind of
like
take notes from what happened in the first session. Just kind of like keep that in mind.
gotcha. That's something I don't do. So like
Yeah.
kind of like separate sessions like that and think about stuff that went wrong. Like it's like differently than VOD reviewing at
Yeah.
least.
So then your second session would be like what, 3 hours?
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah.
All right. And then I'm assuming you're getting good sleep, right?
Yeah, I mean for the most
Somewhat.
part. Yeah, I mean like there's some medication stuff I'm trying to work out right now. So
Do you have like any approximation, or is it just kind of like inconsistent?
um, I'd say usually no less than 6 hours.
Okay.
But definitely no more than like I don't think I've got more than like 8 hours of sleep.
Okay. Where's the?
Which yeah, I would really like for that to be more like 7 to 9. But
Yeah. Let's say 6 to 8. So that's not bad. Looks kind of like, you play a bit more than me, but looks kind of like mine.
mhm.
But yeah. So why I think this is important is because, are you familiar with Prosper?
No.
So he's a Voltaic member, and he did like coaching, and he used to make content on it. It's really good content.
Okay.
So if you haven't seen that, check it out. But
Yeah.
yeah, Prosper. Yeah. He went into uh like studies for like improvement with
Uh huh.
like football players
Gotcha.
and in the military, and then from there he tried to make like the best session like schedule to improve. So this is just like my modified version, which I thought like has helped me a lot. But
Okay.
obviously you can like mix and change things as is. But I think the very important thing is to have two separate sessions and have the
With
first
like different
session be like,
goals.
yeah, less than the second session, and yeah, different goals during those sessions.
Gotcha.
Because see, if you're trying stuff out like on your main account, like
Hmm.
in comp, that's good and all, but like you're going to fall elo, and then you won't be able to like compete against players who will like push you as hard enough so that you can
Yeah.
actually improve, you know?
Yeah.
And because at the end goal, your end goal is elo, right? Or
Um. Yeah. I mean, in a weird way, like I'd like to. My end goal is to like just be good enough to be able to play like in
yeah,
like high level scrims
for
here,
scrims,
like
yeah.
which is like a byproduct of the elo thing. It's like
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know because
I mean, enough
you
people have
can't.
alts, like it's fun to play with them.
Yeah,
Like
you can reach elo, like that elo, but you still have to like understand that. Do you deserve in that elo too, right?
yeah, totally.
Yeah,
That's what I don't want to just hit it to camp it. Like I want to hit
yeah.
it because I can like stay there.
There's like
Eh.
slight imposter. So is that like masters or
Yeah,
what?
I think that's like a realistic goal for me right now.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
And
because
then
then I can like reevaluate like
I'd also
what.
say like don't put a time limit on your goals. I
Yeah.
think that ends very horribly. So okay, let's get into this code now, though.
Yeah, I
But
mean
yeah,
the season's the season, so
you can take a screenshot of this. But yeah, I
yeah.
just keep like a somewhat consistent schedule because too many people are just all over the place, and it's hard to truly improve if you don't have like control over like consistency, because you can't expect yourself to play consistent if you're not being consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, that's like it's pretty consistent with that. Like,
Yeah.
I think the only things that get mixed up with like, or I mean, at least around there, like at games and stuff, is sometimes I'll play earlier and work later, like play after aim training and then work. But
Okay.
all stuff.
Let's go into this.
I'll say right away, I did not get good blade value.
You do not what?
I did not get good blade value this game.
Did not. Okay. Oh, I invited you to the group, so we can go to the practice range later. I'll teach you some like tech and stuff.
Yeah,
5, 4, 3, 2.
I kind of get caught right off guard here too. It's a little bit of a rough start.
Alright.
And I could have blade dashed. I realized that, like,
Yeah.
just to get a little bit more room.
Yeah, you could have dashed at the beginning, but it's fine. They took the long way out. Okay, nice. This is a good position.
Be careful.
You spot them out. Okay. So first off, what do you think you could do differently here?
I kind of realized that, like, I probably should have just started backing up right away.
Yeah, you want to see this from the third person perspective?
I know it's literally just me.
Yeah, it is just you. But so, right, what I want to say first off, this is good. Right? You always your job as like flanker characters like Tracer, Genji, Sombra, right? Is to deny these high grounds and off angles from the enemy, right? So just
Yeah.
by you being up here, right? If this Ashe tries to go up, which I think she does, but she misses it. But yeah, if she actually like landed here, then you can just like 1v1 her, right? And then that caused like her supports to either have to give her attention or you like win the 1v1 and get an early pick.
Yeah, I had this immediate oh shit moment when I like jumped out. I was like, haha, I'm gonna get the Ana, and then it was like, oh, it's the Ana, and I was like, what the hell is this flanking Ana doing?
Yeah.
And then I like jump out into the air and then see a damage boosted Hanzo and the Ana. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
So yeah, here instead of W King, S key.
Yeah. So yeah, and then by here, everyone's looking at you. You are the tank now.
Yeah.
So yeah, the deflect was fine because then you were like in front of the team. Then you could have deflected the Ana and the Hanzo, but it got canceled by Doom, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
You couldn't. So right, what I want to say is, where did you use your dash?
Enemy over here!
Okay, yeah. So you could have still lived this if you dashed into the window, I
Enemy
think.
over here!
Like, you just dash straight to the window there instead of just going up. Because by just going up, you have to look at your comp before the game too, right?
Yeah.
Your comp is very low range.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
And so, yeah, that's just kind of... So, you still could have gotten out, right? So, one of the big tips is keep yourself an out, right? So you did have an out here, which you tried to climb to later, but like you could have just dashed there and then just wall climbed, because they only have like Ashe shooting at you, and I think you would have gotten away with it because you were really close.
Yeah. Yeah, I fumbled even the climb in, so
Yeah.
I could have gotten it if I didn't do that.
Yeah, but I think just be more aware of your team in the first place.
Yeah.
Because you just kind of left. Okay, let's skip the next one. Yeah, next five. Alright, that was nice. You guys gonna push the robot?
Over there.
He was like, I'm like, get the mega, get the mega, get the mega. And I ended up typing it here.
Over here.
Ah, that's what you wanted.
Just in case.
You're not pushing the robot though.
The barricade must stay in motion.
Yeah, we didn't have any supports, so I didn't want to get too far ahead.
I know, but you can just still claim space. Go to get objective. Okay, right? I think you're kind of tunnel visioned here. Who should be your target in this fight? I mean, I think it's gonna work though. Nice.
Now we push. Do
Okay,
not falter.
We have the lead. For you.
All right, so that worked out for you, right? But what I want to say is, back to what I said about like the flanker character thing, right? Do you see? What do you think you should do here?
I mean, is the Hanzo the better target?
I think the Hanzo is the better target because the simple reason he's alone, right? Once you peek this window, you see the supports are healing each other, right? If these are
Yeah.
good supports, they normally don't die when they're healing each other. It's really
Yeah.
So it like
Which-
if she got naded here and the Ana just
Yeah.
shot
That
her,
might have made me like kind of swap around what I was doing.
yeah.
A lot of times, like I'm doing that calculus is like, oh, the supports are healing each other and they're occupied with me. That means that like
Do not falter.
they have no supports for the fight.
Yeah, that is true, but yeah, I don't know. Hanzo is just like a free pick.
Yeah.
Also, I
that
think
makes-
Genji is
that
one
makes
of
a
the
lot of
best
sense.
characters with dealing with Hanzo.
totally.
Because you can just dash in his face and then deflect, and then he shoots himself for 120, and he's like, crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then he has 20 HP.
You're coming up on Blade.
Yeah.
Let us move the barricade.
I realize he's not alone, so I'm trying to get out.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Yeah, okay. So what I want to say about that Blade is that you had dash for a while and you just didn't use it. I think you used your first initial dash on the Sigma when you didn't have to. But every kill you get the dash reset, so you can just
Yeah.
reset here, and you could have just dashed him to kill him.
I could have done it, and I wasn't. I was like,
And then you can dash them. But yeah, you got stuck, which is kind of.
I don't think I even should have bladed there because I didn't think our.
No, I think you still win that because you popped Annihilation. Oh, that's so tragic. No one else helped? Okay.
Just like old times.
Yeah.
Low elo gaming, baby.
Yeah.
Heroes never die.
これでどうだ
Oh, this I mess up.
I don't know.
I was too scared to get in his face.
Yeah, you're playing too far. See, like, here's the thing with Genji players. At this range, you have to judge by yourself, like knowing yourself as like whether or not you want to left click or right click, right?
Yeah,
So, like,
and actually, it's funny. I swapped the binds because I was using the wrong. Like, I was using the fan less frequently. I was always using the blink just out of habit.
yeah.
No
Well,
moving
so-
back.
I don't know how I feel about that, but that's totally fine if that feels more natural for you.
Yeah,
I know some Genji players do that, but yeah, no, I use the fan more often with the right click. But I would have closed the space because you have dash the whole time here. If I'm...
yeah.
Yeah, you have dash, and you're just not using it.
No holding back.
I was like, I guess I was kind of anticipating the Mercy just like running in head first, like battle rank style, to try to get it.
Yeah, so you
And
could
she waits.
you could have used that dash to get like in or just out, because sometimes when I miss a lot of shots, it's just better for you to like get out there. But either
Yeah.
that or you could have dashed back here, and then now you're with your team, right?
Hmm.
And I think you used deflect there, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
kind of
so
just
you
sit there.
used deflect. A trick with deflect is when you deflect, yeah, you can just actually just stand still. because then it's easier for you to like aim what they're shooting at, like
Hmm.
what you're deflecting, and then it's easier for them to hit you. But that's what you want. You want to.
Yeah, you want them to do that.
Yeah.
That's so obvious, in
Yeah.
retrospect.
So oftentimes when I deflect, I'll just like actually just stand still and stop jumping. Let's see next.
Enemy here.
Go for the Pharah. Oh.
Made my day. Let's kick this off.
Do you know the like how you the weave on Genji?
The what?
The weave. So usually when you're attacking someone close range, you always what do you call it? You fan and then you melee right after.
Okay.
Because like by the time the next fan comes out, the melee fits like perfectly in between. So if you've ever watched like any Overwatch League Genjis, they always do that. Because it's like more efficient and it saves on ammo. Because usually you want to be in the range where you can like barrel stuff them with the
Yeah, because the spread is so wide.
yeah, the spread is so wide. Nice. Okay, what target do you think you should have been aiming at there? Because
I
yeah,
mean,
you're
yeah.
aiming at a lot.
Yeah.
I think the kill on the Hanzo is good. This right here.
Yeah.
Okay, but like after this, you're just kind of like hovering over. Who is your target here?
I mean, like, probably not Sigma.
Yeah. So it's actually really hard with their team comp. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because
and so,
outside of Hanzo, these all have like tons of mobility, and they do pretty well against Genji. Or not Mercy, but she can just fly away from you. It's hard for you to aim at her.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I guess, like, if I could try to find the Moira or the Mercy, like,
Yeah.
I saw Pharah without Mercy right now, and I was like, cool, that's the next person. But then the beam is there, so I'm like, okay, well, this is gonna be harder.
Yeah.
And so you can see me like look over at the Moira.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, are you gonna start going for her? But yeah, like you're shooting the pocketed Pharah, and like
not
you
at
really
barrel
get, like,
stuff range either.
Yeah.
Like,
so
like, I had no chance of winning
you
that.
could have been for you right clicking instead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you could have looked at the Moira to the left here and just you could have even fanned her. She's like actual one, and then with that,
yeah,
you would've
I might have been able to kill her.
yeah,
there,
with
you're
that you
right.
would have gotten a dash reset.
I was a little scared with 69 HP.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that gives me like I have like I have like less than 1 second
Yeah.
with orb. Yeah.
Where's your support? Okay, so your only support is down there. Yeah, I don't know. Your team just
I was
backed
just
up
way too
and-
deep
Yeah,
at this point. I think.
and your team backed up, like
Yeah.
without you. 'Cause your team is with you here. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Your Ram's right there, and then your Kiriko's not. Your Kiriko's AFKing.
Oh, fun!
I don't know. But yeah, no, she was just AFK here. So I don't know. Instead of like getting their attention there, I would have like tried to get the Moira and then just honestly tried to get out here.
Yeah.
Because it's not really worth it for you to be there anymore. And you have Blade, and there's like a med pack right here. You can grab this med pack, regroup with your team, and then help them with Blade. Because you were really close to just winning the game right here.
Yeah, and we actually like we do at some point, but it's like 2 minutes later or whatever.
They tried to res, but they didn't.
I mean, mistakes here.
Okay, nice.
I
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, I don't know, honestly. It's a hard comp for you to go against. And there's like
Yeah.
so much moving around, but I think you just need to focus on like paying attention to one and then
like Hans
oh,
is the
yeah.
is the easiest one. I remember
Yeah.
Necro said in the video. He's just like Hans is your best target. Like you should just be like all up on him for daring to play Hanzo.
Yeah,
Genji.
true. Because I feel like Hanzo doesn't have any real counters, but Genji does an amazing job at them. Okay, yeah, I don't know about that blade. Let's see if it gets value.
Nope.
Another thing, do you know any of the blade cancels? Like the
Um,
animation?
I know like the blade dash blade that I like to use a lot. Like when you the way you can kill like
Yeah.
with nano blade through Zen ult.
Yeah, you blade dash, and then yeah, you can you slice dash then slice. When you don't have nano to do like the most amount of damage. And then I told you slice towards like the ground after you jump once or twice, so that you can like angle yourself closer to them, so that you can actually slice them.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice skill there. You get this, Mercy. Ooh. Now you let her revive for the stats.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you win right here?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think they stagger for a little bit. And, yeah.
So that was a short VOD, but
Yeah.
so yeah, first, right? I'd identify who on the enemy team you're going to be like killing or assassinating. Because yeah, so you check if they have any other flankers, because you can like stop their flanks by going
Yeah.
on one and then killing them, because I think Genji is honestly one of the best 1v1 characters. I think Tracer is the best, and Genji is definitely like second, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
Just because you have so much utility to get in, out, and deflect is such a gimmicky ability.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in scenarios where you don't have like people you can actually honestly look at, right? So like, let's say you're playing Genji and they're on like Pharah Mercy, Moira. Who do we want to say here? I don't know. Echo. So like everyone is just out of your like range. Like
Yeah.
I think you've seen the Necros video because you sent it. You honestly just farm alt charge on their tank
Yeah.
and you blade bot. But yeah, that requires you to have like much better blades. But blades just come with practice. Like I would just.
I mean,
practice.
I have had good ones. Like there's I have another code I can send with like it's of a slightly longer, like it's is it Shambali? I think I do get value there. Let me see the game report.
All right. We can go
I'm not sure.
to practice. I just want to teach you some of the animation cancels. Because I saw you did some of them, but yeah. So
Yeah, I like remember like a while ago, like when I first got into Overwatch, my friend was like, "Hey, Genji's really hard, but here's a couple other things. It's like, you know, fan melee and like
yeah, you fan melee to cancel it.
and then like the dash, a fan dash,
Yeah,
like
also, you can cancel the left click, the burst, with melee too. Like you can shoot only 2 if you want to.
oh yeah.
That's how you can like save ammo and stuff. But it's very niche use. But yeah, the typical combo you do whenever you're like going up to a target is right click dash, because you can cancel the right click, and then you aim it so that you land like right in front of them. Okay, I can't ping it, right? But you land right here, and then you look up, and then like you hit their head, because Genji kind of like leans over. You see?
Yeah.
When you like jump up, and you like dash to the floor, you want it so that you can look up at their head because most people's heads are above yours. But
Gotcha.
yeah, if you see like Kiku or Necros, that's the combo they always go for.
So it's
when
like
they see
a
target.
like while you're in the air, you do like the
Yeah, you
like,
angle it at the floor so it still hits them, but it sets up so you're like right in front of them. Because see,
Yeah.
the hard thing with this is there's a wall behind them, so if you get it wrong, it'll push you to the left or right, and you can't headshot them actually.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, see, you had it there, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just practiced that. You right click dash, right click melee. That's
Yeah.
ahead. So that's the combo like I generally use when I'm approaching someone. But if it's at like mid range, then you do it with the left click, the burst instead. But yeah, at like this 10, 12 meter range, that's what you always do. Because you're pretty much guaranteed to like secure a kill. Obviously, they don't have as large heads as these practice bots, but it can still work really well. And then, right, another thing, you can cancel deflect, right? You know that?
Yeah.
But so usually you cancel deflect right after, like, if you're soloing a target, you cancel deflect right after if they're like a better player, because the good thing about Genji is that like in lower elos, everyone will shoot deflect,
Yeah.
but in higher elo, yeah, people just stop shooting it. So what do you call it? Like if you're attacking an Ana, you go up to them, you attack, and then you deflect, and then you cancel it, and then you right click melee. You've probably seen like Nekos do that before. And then sometimes like Anas will just like instinctively sleep dart you, and then you can
I have
catch
a
the
clip
sleep
of
dart,
that.
and catch the nade. Yeah, it's so hype when you actually hit it. So
Yeah.
that's something I utilize. I can't like 100% ghost dash anymore, but do you know that tech?
No. What?
So ghost dashing was that in Overwatch 1, like when a target was low, you dash and then you immediately dash after, and you'd get no animation, it would dash like faster. I don't know how to
What?
explain it, but it's still slightly a thing. You can try it. So right, dash the Sojourn and then dash like a different direction right after. It's just so like you can stay like unpredictable. And if you get really fast with it. And it's really hard to track. Like if you're a hit scan player, just seeing a Genji do that is just like really hard.
Is it? I mean, it's still in the game. Like.
It's yeah, but it's a lot harder to do the animation at least. Okay, and then another thing, right? Wait. So if you're fighting a Rhine player, this is with all wall climb characters. You can wall climb, right? And then you cancel the wall climb. So like you flick it. It's kind of like a wall bounce. So just like look at it and then look away real quick. So you can do this to dodge shatter. I do this on like Kiriko and Hanzo sometimes. But yeah, so
Just like.
so if you're like high enough, the shatter won't hit you. There's like a certain radius of it though. And it's like you can also dodge shatter if you are at the peak of your double jump. But it has to be like exact frame of your double
Yeah,
jump.
like hammer it down and
Yeah.
double.
And then you double jump, yeah. But that's just very niche Genji tech. And then obviously you know about like dashing up when you played, right?
Yeah, in general, like you
Yeah.
like, go up and get nano, and then yeah.
And then we already talked about slash, dash, slash.
The friend who got me to play Genji was an anime, so
Oh. That's
that was
funny.
nice.
But I think that's honestly it. But oh yeah, for right at the end of your blade, you can cancel it like the Dishi thing with dash if you time it like 0.25 seconds before, or if you wall climb at the end.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I always like wall climb right after my blade, so that I don't have to go through the unsheathing animation. Also because then it makes it like harder to punish you when you're like unsheathing a bit.
With your dick out, like. But it's a small window. It's like during the right before the sheath thing, or
Oh yeah, right before it, like right as it ends. So you dash right before it ends. It's a really hard window to hit. So it's better to just do the wall climb. But yeah, just try to wall climb right after.
oh,
You see?
yeah, I got it.
Yeah. It's a lot easier on the wall climb than it is with the dash, or the. You can even do it with deflect, but it's like frame perfect. So I just do the wall climb, yeah. But yeah, it's really helpful. So I do that after all my plays.
Yeah, that's an issue because like I feel like that's a time where I'm like, fuck, like I wish I could just shoot again and I'm stuck
Yeah.
in.
So yeah, also blade reloads your shurikens.
Oh,
people
that's
don't know
good.
that.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think that. Yeah.
So if you have 0 shurikens and then you blade, you'll end with 24 right after. Not really helpful because you can't cancel blade or anything, but it's just kind of neat. Because I actually didn't even know that for a while. Because it's just like so instinctive to start shooting after blade.
Oh, I see
But,
what you mean about the deflect.
Yeah,
Trying to cancel the deflect, that has to be like.
yeah, it's really hard. I think that's it though. If you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. And feel free to comment something to let me know you got here. Thanks, bye.